So, as a tech leader, do you sometimes think about the fact, where is all this leading to? Where is the impact of my career making a difference? What is that legacy that I want to leave when it's all said and done? Hi, everybody. I'm Jen Anderson, and here at Moving Forward Solutions, we are all about helping you to become the technology leader that everybody wants to work for. I'm going to share some different ideas with you today about building that legacy that you want to have as a leader. And if something resonates with you and you think, I want to talk to Jen more about this and what she can do to help me with building my leadership legacy, if that's the case for you, scroll down to the bottom where the comments are, leave a message right there, or you can DM me and I will make sure to catch up with you. And we can talk and connect more about what you can do to build a legacy that's in alignment with what you want to be known for in your career. So I'm not sure if you caught it or not, but a couple of weeks ago, I had interviewed Adrian Thibodeau. He's a client of mine where we've worked on his personal brand and has really helped to have him have that clarity of where he wants to go with his career and as a leader and what kind of legacy it is that he wants to build. And it's really awesome to see how now that he has that clarity around his personal brand, how we can use that to really focus his time in on making sure he's doing the right things to build toward that legacy where he wants to go. And if you missed that interview, make sure you scroll back and look at that interview and watch. It's really awesome to learn more about what he did and how having that personal brand is making a big difference. I think sometimes it's nice to see an example of somebody who really is exemplifying what a personal brand is and how they're using it, because sometimes it feels like this big kind of squishy, gushy, just kind of nebulous thing right around personal brand. So that's why I interviewed Adrian, so you guys could all benefit from that. So scroll back and take a look at that. But today, when we're here on this particular message, I want to talk to you about, okay, if you are a leader and you know, I want to build a legacy, I really want to make these things happen. And by the way, when I'm talking legacy, I'm not just talking about, oh, here's our family name on the side of a university or on a wing of a hospital or something, right? Sure, that's awesome. That's really cool. But how many of us are actually going to be in that circumstance, right? Where we're going to have our family name on the side of a wing of a hospital, okay? It's a pretty small segment of society. So I want you to sit here and think, well, if I can't have that, I got no legacy to live. That's not the case. You absolutely will have a legacy for sure. But it doesn't have to be that kind of a thing. There may well be a lot of wonderful things that you can do that don't require you to do that on that kind of a level. You can today make a difference right now, where you're at, wherever it is that's going on in your life. You can absolutely do that. And as a tech leader, think about all the people that you get to interact with, right? At the company that you work for, maybe there's some volunteer work that you're doing. Maybe there's something that you're doing to help out in the community in other ways in your personal life, etc. There are lots of really cool ways that you can be building that legacy. So what I want you to do is think about this quote from Warren Buffett. He says, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." So think of that from the context of your brand, right? So your legacy, who are you? And building that brand out, in essence, is kind of like planting a tree. It could be that little tiny sapling that one day can grow into be this amazing shade tree that other people can benefit from that shade. And I dare say, any of you watching this right now, you could probably think back and see, there's time. I remember so-and-so because they had done what they had done. That provided shade for me when I came to that tree, right? Or that person led to this, and then this led to this other situation. So you can start to see how those little connections or daisy chains back to each other that are really quite remarkable. So as you're thinking about that for yourself, and you're thinking about, what is the legacy that I want, right? What's the tree, in essence, that I want to plant so that I'm creating some kind of shade for somebody else in the future? So then that's going to help you with that kind of clarity. It's going to help you to start making decisions today on what are those little things that you want to do to move things along for your legacy to be strong and to be consistently out there. Okay. And again, if this is something where you're going, I think I need some help around this, we can absolutely explore that and make sure it's unique and on target for what you want to be known for in your career and to help you with building that legacy that you want to have, for sure. The other thing too that I think is really interesting was when Adrian was talking about his personal brand and whatnot. It's really clear how that's helping him today to make decisions as a tech executive, not only for himself and his position, but as he makes an impact on the other tech executives that he works with as well. And being clear on his personal brand, he talked about how it really makes a difference for him to have the ability to navigate those kind of sticky situations that can happen in those tech organizations. So same thing again for you. As you're clear about your brand, it can really help you and it can guide that. And that all that kind of stuff, navigating through those things, that's an example of your legacy, your leadership legacy. Doesn't that sound cool? It sounds kind of awesome to be like, yeah, I know how can we better navigate this. So that's why I do the work that I do, because I think it really makes a huge difference for people. So as we're wrapping this up today, again, I want to remind you of that great quote from Warren Buffett that says, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." So my question for you as we're wrapping this up is, what do you want to focus your time and energy on? What tree, in essence, do you want to plant and then nurture it and help it to grow and develop so that maybe someday somebody else can benefit from the shade that you have created? Thank you so much for joining me today on today's Top Leaders Live. And if, again, you're needing help and you want to talk more about what you can do to build that legacy that you want in your leadership role, go ahead and scroll down to the comments, make a note there, and I'll make sure to get in touch with you. Thanks so much, my friends, and I will see you next time on today's Top Leaders Live.